Did you have to peel plantains growing up?
Oh.
Was that a job for you in the kitchen?
Yeah, like peeling the onions, kind of a deal. Yeah.
When you say you're from the Dominican Republic, I mean, there's like so much pride there, right?
There is so much passion.
Passion.
Yeah. So there is a lot of helping each other. Your neighbors are your family, you know, everybody walks into your house every day. You cook extra for everybody because you don't know who's gonna walk in and want some food. So our life is cooking and more cooking to feed the neighborhood.
And you really are bringing that connection to food, that connection to feeding your neighbors here at Trium.
It's totally like from the heart, from the soul, right? Because I'm not trained at all in whatsoever in food or service or any of that.
Do you ever get flashbacks when you're cooking all this stuff? Do you ever get flashbacks of the home?
I do.
You do?
Yeah. I can have that little part of my town. I can have it closer now. So it makes me more like, and talk to my mom, like, hey, tell me this, like, how are you making this? And trying to make that, you know, so it's kind of,
That's very touching.
Yeah.
I love that. You were taking trips to Napa, but you were also, it sounds like, discovering wines here. Some that have maybe been around for a while and they were changing and the quality was improving, and some that were brand new.
And that was, I don't want to call it the fun days, but that was the early days, where you would go into literally somebody's garage or, you know, shack, and they're producing a barrel or two of wine. And that was the early 2000s of the winemaking here in the Rogue Valley. And
3 couples, essentially, right? Started
yes,
Trium.
yeah.
And really Trium means that, the 3 kind of
Of the 3.
Of
it's
the
Latin
3.
for of the 3.
Coming together.
Coming together with their vineyards. So it was Pheasant Hill Vineyard up here on Rap Lane, the Gold Vineyard from Randy Gold here in Talent, and then Nancy and Vernon at the Evans Creek Vineyard. Well, upon the devastating news that Kurt was going to pass before he actually got a chance retirement, it was really, you know, sobering to hear on a couple of fronts. There was a window then opened up with Trium that created an opportunity. And Laura was on the fence of either to sell it or close it down. And her concern with selling it was somebody would buy it and not continue with the same wine quality and vibe and feel of Trium.
Trium was on its own course. You were having your own course, and at some point, those just
they converged, and that, you know, that's coming up on 5 years ago.
Wow.
So what was important for me was to continue all the good things that Trium stood for, and take them to the next level.
Well, things are paying off for you, sir, because you've had some good success with the Oregon Wine Competition. 2019 comes to mind. A little thing called, I don't know, Best of Show.
It always was felt that we made good wine, and Trium made good wine. But when you win awards, it is that positive reinforcement that you actually might know what you're doing. At least somebody else is thinking the same thing. So it was very powerful for us.
Okay, let's talk about this year's Founders Barrel Auction. What you cooking up?
This year's auction will focus on our Tempranillo, our 2019 Tempranillo that is in the barrel at this moment. It'll be coming out and bottled in April. So it'll get shown a little bit early, but it'll give enough of that vision to the participants and bidders to allow them to think about what that future is going to look like. And so we're really excited about highlighting that varietal and vintage this year.
We started a vision that slowly just transformed to something completely different, right? And a huge part of that is on to obviously our team and the people and the community. And we just have grown organically to what we are now.
This idea that you're keeping something alive, keeping it going, and that it's remained resilient. all these years.
Absolutely. The reliance upon the past, and certainly the vineyards are a huge part of that because the grapes are phenomenal. But at the same time, keeping the tradition going and providing and meeting the expectation of what people know that Trium was all about. The Asani Foundation has done a wonderful job promoting children's health and the Children's Miracle Network. We know the cost of construction for hospitals and medical care has not gone down. It's gone nothing but up. So from that perspective, it's a worthy cause. For the Trium family and me personally, to see the actual children that have been treated and their faces and their stories, and to be able to drive past the hospital or see it from actually my house every day gives a sense of purpose. It's the real deal. And you know, the last piece is you're part of an industry that is fun. And if you can be around your peers and that buzz and collaborate and share stories, it's also a good time.
I've heard that a
So
lot.
fun to see people that you don't see sometimes or get around, and then you're there and you're like, oh my God.
It's like a family reunion.
It is exactly, that's exactly right. It's
Well,
like,
and this year it's an extended period where there'll be people we haven't seen for 3 years.
I know, that is so
I'm gonna
fun.
be kissing everybody.